Happy Pride Month to the LGBT community. And for those idiots that are calling for a straight Pride Month, I'm sorry, it's above me now. BET's Black Coffee starts now. Happy Hump Day and welcome to BET's Black Coffee. I'm Marc Lamont Hill here with my co-hosts Gia Peppers and Jameer.
Let's start changing our energy when we say my name. Because my mother has been pointing out.
I'm still mad at you.
Why you mad at me?
Because on the first day, we had an elimination, and you chose to eliminate Frankie Beverly's Before I Let Go and leave Drake on the table. And I can't let that go. The NAACP has called me, Al Sharpton has called me.
Hey, guys.
I'm sorry.
We got to get back to the show now.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you, Gia.
One guest now.
Thank you, Gia. Here is somebody who would never do that to Black America because he loves Black America. You know I'm Miss Dre from the Hit Stars Show Power. Please welcome Rotimi. What's up, man?
What's going
Good to see
on?
you, brother.
How you?
What up?
Oh, man.
Don't believe him, man.
How y'all feeling today? Y'all good?
I'm
good.
Having a good hump day. Gia was feeling extra good. She was smiling in the makeup room.
Yes, because it's. I swear, it's like Rihanna has a new record that she's breaking like every week.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Rihanna because she
Always.
is the richest female in music,
Yes.
which is crazy. The richest woman in music. Obviously, she's been grinding for a long time.
Oh,
We
yeah.
remember when she was like that Bayesian beauty, straight from the islands at 17.
Love this accent,
Yes.
by the way.
Oh, thank you. And then she came out. She did The Good Girl Gone Bad. And then I swear, from then she decided I'm going to be a music mogul and a beauty mogul.
Yeah.
Fenty Beauty is incredible.
She's worth $600 million.
$600 million.
That's a lot of money.
We've been buying a lot of Fenty Beauty.
Clearly.
Okay, we've been
But
Black girls
where's
stick
the
together.
music?
Excuse you.
I want the music.
She's
Where's
been in
that
the
at?
studio. Navy, calm down.
Confirmed?
She's been in the studio. Yes. She posted the other night that she was in the studio. It was on her Insta story.
All right.
Calm it down.
Just making sure.
But she did. She's the first Black woman to have her own fashion house with LVMH. She's
love
got
it.
a lot to do.
If I had $600 million, I might be a little slow in the music. I mean, what would you think?
No, I think I understand what she's doing because I did the same thing in terms of take my time musically. So like she's getting the project perfect.
Right.
And when you're an artist, when you put a music project out, man, it's your baby, man. So like I understand why. But she's making so much money doing everything else, so I'm pretty sure she's cool.
I love what she's doing all the
Yeah.
time. We want to hear from you too, by the way. Let us know what you want to see on the show using the hashtag Black Coffee. Also, we'll be reading some of your live comments throughout the show. There's something that happened the other day that I want to talk about. This auntie thing.
Okay.
So Ava DuVernay did an interview with Van Lathan,
Yeah.
the homie from TMZ.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Van.
I
Van.
love
Van.
Van, right? And he called her Miss DuVernay.
Right.
And then she said she didn't want to be called Miss Ava. And she also said she doesn't like being called auntie.
Right.
And people on Twitter had a whole conversation about what it means to be called auntie. What do y'all think about this whole auntie thing?
I think the auntie, it gets touchy. It's also like when you ask or assume a Black woman's age. Like you can't really say auntie without kind of giving her that like, you got 20 plus years on me. And so at some point it becomes, well, wait, I'm only 5-6 years out removed from you.
Yeah.
But I think just because of the work she does and how legendary she
legendary
already
it is,
I
yeah.
think it's more of a respect thing.
Much
But I
more.
can understand, like, some girl calls me auntie in my comments, and I'm like, I am 28.
Right.
We're gonna.
How does it
calm
make you
down.
feel, though?
It makes me feel old.
Okay, because some people say it makes you feel desexualized too.
That too.
Does it?
That's what I heard.
Wow.
That's what I heard.
I never got that. I do think it's a term of respect.
Yeah.
And we see like when men get called unc
Right.
or OG. But men, as Black men, when they get older, Mark, you get more distinguished. You get more distinguished.
Mark, how does it feel?
But yeah, you an OG.
It's jarring at first, I ain't gonna lie, because like
Yeah.
you be somewhere and you still think you're the young kid, and then some dude walk up to you and be like, what's up, old head? What's up, OG?
Right, OG.
Yeah. I broke
Yeah.
up a fight in front of my house last week, and that's exactly what happened, right? I was looking out my window, and this dude was getting his ass whooped. You know what I mean? And I wanted to break it up, and I was feeling guilty, but I didn't really go out and break it up because dude looked like he fight real good.
Might got your ass whooped.
Maybe my back was hurting. You know what I mean? But when I went out there, the first thing he said was, oh, my bad, old head, my bad, OG. Like, I'm
wow.
sorry. So
Yeah.
that respect.
How old were they though?
25, 26.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Okay.
40.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for them, they can see that age difference. But part of it also is you don't necessarily know that you look that much different than them.
Yeah.
And when somebody calls you old head or OG or unc or auntie,
Right.
that's the first time sometimes you realize that you don't look as young as you thought you did.
Well, I mean, for us in the Nigerian culture, that's like ultimate respect.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
auntie, you know, like ma, all that's all respect. So we don't look at it as, oh man, are you trying to disrespect my age? It's like, oh, you truly respect what I have to say.
Yeah.
So it's all cultural, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What if you in the club and you trying to holler at some body
Yeah.
and you think you about to, you know what I mean? And they like, Sir.
Sir, yeah.
Uncle. Right.
Wow,
Oh, gee,
sir.
why
remember
you
how-
out this late?
You be perfect for my mom. You know,
Right.
That moment's gonna happen to
Now
y'all.
that's crazy.
That moment's gonna happen to all of y'all.
No.
I won't be in the club.
I won't be in the club.
I won't be in the club.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the club when it happened to me.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I was out, and some girl walked up to me and she was whatever, and she
Yeah.
was like, I really love your work. I love everything about you. You'd be perfect for my mom.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Like, I thought I was perfect for you. Right? Yeah. It's like,
But I
damn.
think
it's hurtful.
It is, but I think back to Ava's point, I think because of the legends she works with every day, like the Avas, like even before Maya passed, like these people I feel like have earned that. And I think she might not feel like I haven't earned that yet to where y'all need to call me auntie. Like I think Ava's still in the beginning of her journey, even though she's like incredible in what she's doing. She's very much still new to this whole like scene. She started out as a publicist, so like I think she's like, you know what, y'all give me some time for y'all call me auntie.
Right. I just want to be
Also,
Ava right now.
Ava's a baddie. Like people don't realize
Right.
Ava DuVernay is bad. So I think she's also like, just because I don't show y'all what I'm working with, don't sleep,
I got
okay?
you.
Like
Yeah.
I'm no auntie.
But our aunt's cool. Like, can an auntie? It's not like I call you grandma. It's aunt.
And then
You
she also
auntie.
said she doesn't like it's just I think the certain terminologies, if you're not ready for them, it is jarring.
That's all it is.
Okay.
You're still ready to be a sister, not the auntie. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all it is.
Aunties still get hit on. Where I'm from.
And it is a. Oh.
All right. Okay. Downtown.
We'll talk later. I just want to take this time to remind everybody that one of our favorite, what am I talking about? There was something I wanted to tell you about. No.
Mark, what you doing, man?
The auntie thing threw me off.
threw you off?
Threw me
I'm
off. I
sorry.
started thinking of my favorite
One of our
auntie.
favorite shows?
Yes. One of my favorite shows is Power. Of
Yes,
Four.
there you
'Cause
go.
Rotimi's here.
Yeah.
Good segue. That was
Yeah.
nice.
See what I did?
Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah.
You do this.
No, but talk to me about Power, man. We're excited that Power's
Season
coming back.
6.
Season
Yeah.
6.
Last
Sad
season.
that-
No.
For us, it's like, it's crazy being on something that everybody calls legendary, because they know every scene you shoot is gonna be documented. So that added pressure also makes you feel like, all right, I gotta bring my A game every single day. And so I'm in scenes, majority of my scenes was with Amari.
Yeah.
So for me, and he's one of the greatest TV actors of all time.
sure.
You know what I mean? So like, if you slip up, it's gonna be exposed. And so for me, it was a learning process because I never really took an acting class. So I've learned on the spot from greats, and the experience has been amazing. I think this year for Dre, I'm excited because people get to see the man behind the monster.
I'm glad you said
I
monster.
don't like you at
Because
all.
you gotta get shot.
We love you.
In the face. Great guy in the
Like,
face.
you gotta die,
Nah, bro. You gotta die.
The
You
way
do
they
such a
killed
good
the
job.
other dude, the Spanish dude, what was it? Julio.
Julio.
Julio. The way they
Julio.
killed
Can we
Julio.
show some of our favorite Dre moments? Because
Yeah.
I want to show them, and maybe you could talk to us a little bit about
Yeah.
what it means to have these powerful moments
Yeah.
where everybody hates you.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just look at you.
Even the faces you be making.
Yeah,
yeah, you gotta bring.
scumbag,
Hey,
bro.
you gotta bring it, man.
You look concerned. Like, you show a range of emotions.
You have to. You have
Ruining
to.
people's families.
Yeah, you was scared when
Then your family almost got ruined.
Yeah, we
threw that baby out the
actually
window.
improvised that scene. I was like, bro, I think instead of just talking about the baby, you should try to hold the baby and like move it to the window, and people are gonna
sick.
feel that. And so like, and he listened, and we did it one time, so they kept that take. So I was really happy about that.
Wow, and 50's underestimated as an actor.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
he's dope, man.
Yeah.
He's very, very dope. He's very methodical in his thinking, and like he does everything in his eyes, and that's the number one thing they tell you as an actor. To use your eyes. Yeah. He's really dope.
I've seen 50 set on fire.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen him killed. We've seen a lot of gruesome stuff
Yeah, yeah.
on Power. What has been the most shocking, in your opinion, that you've seen throughout the show?
For him?
No, just
Oh,
in
just in
general,
general?
like shocking moments.
Uh,
Raina getting killed, like we got a lot.
Oh my God.
I think so far in season 6, there's something that happens with Dre that I think is incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna like him again.
You gonna? Yes, your opinion.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Your
okay.
opinion.
I mean, it's been in the news.
Yeah.
You and 50 been doing your thing, going back and forth
Come
on
on,
Instagram.
man, what we doing?
No one ever take any money from 50 here.
I'm not borrowing $1 from him
Not
for the snack
even
machine.
50
I'm not.
cents. Don't get 50 cents from 50.
I see what you
See what
did
you
there.
did there.
Yeah,
So what is going on there?
So basically, I was signed to 50 as an artist.
Right.
And so if you're in the music business or if you just have knowledge of how it works is, if someone believes in you, they give you a budget
Right.
to work your project.
Right.
So what happened was we didn't agree on the single
Okay.
because he felt like another song off of my project, Welcome Me, was gonna be the single. I said, let me bet on myself. I think Love Rhythm is the one, bro.
Which is fire.
Yeah.
So he was just like, all right, well, and he's never one to hold you back from anything. He's like, bro, I believe in you. I know this day is gonna come.
Yeah.
So this is before I put the project out. So I put the project out, and mind you, I still have, because I got out of my deal early, so I still have a balance that he still put in terms of as being his artist.
Right.
So we worked it out where the mechanicals will be paid. So when you have mechanicals, it's basically saying the royalties that you make off of your project, that's how he gets paid back. It's not necessarily out of my pocket.
Got you.
So the sales off of it. But the man's a marketing genius, and he's dope at what he does. And I think, honestly, I think he woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day.
Okay.
Because we already had discussed, like, okay, that's how you get it back. But he's seeing that I bought a house. You know what I mean? The record's number one.
Yeah, number one single, right.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, you can pay it back right. I'm not gonna wait for mechanicals. Let's pay it back right now. And I think it's
Did he
just-
call you about
That's what
that?
I'm like, he didn't text
Or did
you.
you find out on the
talked-
internet?
No. We talked days before about like, man, I'm proud of you. And so then, but he's a different breed of beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know 50, you know how he is.
A lot of people thought it was a marketing tool though, like, cause it was like you dropped the record, it was number one, and then these videos start coming out, and everybody was like, well, 50's just trying to boost sales and make them even more than number one. Yeah, but this was a real situation.
No, it was a real situation to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a. He's a marketing genius.
Yeah.
But it's also not that I owed him bread. But he also knew what he was doing.
That's
You
what
get
I'm
saying.
saying.
Y'all are fine. Y'all are good.
Oh, that's my brother.
Okay.
Like,
Got you, just
we're
making
good.
sure.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like he's just different. He's a different breed. So like, he does things that can help you, but if you're not smart enough, can hurt you. You know?
Were you getting feedback from people though, like, yo, like thinking you was broke, because sometimes when these things happen, you could look crazy on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So like in this business, when you sign that dotted line of any contract, I'm not. How can I be broke with a number one record? You know what I mean? Like, so like, I just bought a house cash with no mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So
Straight stunting.
yeah, you
Right,
saw that.
right.
Okay.
Flex.
Yeah.
Nice
So
flex.
it's not about that. It's just to clear up the story.
Yeah.
He just was like, I want my money now, cause you popping, bro. And that's his way of saying, I knew this day was gonna happen for you.
Gotcha.
All right.
That's what it is.
It's a term of endearment.
Right.
Yes.
That's a
You gotta
weird
learn how
term
to
of
speak 50.
endearment.
Right. You
Right.
can't just call and say,
right.
I'm proud of you, bro.
But he's never been that way. He's never, from the day one, it's always like, oh, you popping now? Oh, pay me my money now. You got a house. Instead of saying it, but he uses the platform also as another way to boost everything as well. So it's
It's a
beastie.
different form of emotion.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
since you're here and we do have a clip of the single, let's play Love Rhythm right now for our audience.
Right.
Too much. I just here to touch. Baby, I don't say too much. I just here to touch. Baby, I just here.
Moving too.
Ooh,
I love
Fire.
this song.
man,
That's fire.
it's so good.
Why did you know that this was the one to put out first?
Man, when you have that feeling, and you always have that gut reaction to something that's just so pure, man. And like, once we finished it, I listened to this song at least 30 times and just like in awe of what we just created. So it's me, Harmony Samuels, Kobe O'Donis, and I said I wanted to create a record that had a sound like mine mixed with Akon and Craig David.
Oh, I definitely hear the Craig.
That's
I
it.
definitely hear the
That's
Craig.
specific. That's
It's
dope.
very
Yeah.
specific. So I took a year off of just publicly putting out music and stuff like that because I wanted to find who Rotimi was as an artist. And my management, Kenny Hamilton, was just like, yo, let's bring the world together. Let's make R&B. You're the definition of African American. So let's make that what it is. Let's make, how do I explain? Like, you know how Sean Paul kind of revolutionized
reggae.
Dancehall,
Yeah.
yeah.
dancehall to make it where it's now someone in Sweden can understand what they're saying and everything.
Right.
You still have the Buju Banton who are legends and all that, but like
Yeah.
he made it a different wave.
Yeah.
That's
Mainstream.
kind of exactly. That's
You
what I
trying to bring
wanted
Afrobeat in that same
to
way.
that level, and I wanted it to be melodic like a Craig David and like still have little pidgin language, you know, from my culture.
Absolutely. So the song is so like sensual, and I really love the whole vibe of it. So tell me a little bit about like what situation inspired this exact song?
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's go
Okay.
there.
Oh.
You know, this is the first record, honestly, that it wasn't about a specific person. It was just a feeling, man. Like I felt like every man would want to be that guy. Like, look, I don't got to talk too much. Let me just show you what I do. Every woman sometimes feel like, you know what? I don't need to hear nothing. I just want to feel. I just want to be touched. So it's the universal language of body. You know what I mean? And sensual vibe.
Right.
And I specifically wanted the hook to be like a falsetto because it's like a lullaby, and that's what Craig David was amazing at. So that's kind of what I wanted to focus on.
Well, we love it. The whole EP is dope, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you as an artist. Watching your growth as an artist.
Yeah.
I just want to jump in and talk about like African culture real quick, because now that Afrobeats is here, you're here as an artist, and so many other artists. How do you feel now that the people who used to say like derogatory terms, you know, while you were growing up, now are jamming the Afro beats and listening to you like worldwide?
I think more so the fact that people are now researching their culture is more important than anything.
Yeah.
I don't like ignorance is we're kids, you know. So
Right,
like, you get the African booty scratcher and off the boat, all that. We're kids and we don't understand it. So we tear down in this community what we don't understand.
Right.
So I'm just happy now. I'm getting people coming up to me like, yo, I got 6% Nigerian in me, bro. You know?
Right.
Like, yo, it was
Ancestry.
Yeah. Like Lorenz Tate came up to me. He was like, bro, I'm like 70%, so I need to learn that okra soup, that jollof rice. I'm like, wow.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So it's cool to have that kind of love.
We got a question coming in for you from YouTube. Ms. Roberts said, ask him why he always plays the bad guys in movies.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Is that your choice? Like, do you like that role?
It was a strategic choice in the beginning because when you're young and we call it vanilla, right? So like if you come in and you're just playing a vanilla character, you're just there.
Right.
You're just another pretty face, body, cool, whatever. I wanted to play something that was so opposite of what I am and who I am. So then now the next role I have a movie called Singleholics that's coming out, and it's a romantic comedy. So now you've seen him as Dre and you've seen him as this, it already puts you in a place where, wow, his range is crazy.
Right.
So when I had the Dre opportunity, it was like Courtney, the creator of the show, she said, do you want to be like a Ghost 2.0 or do you want to have your own lane of, you know, Rotimi?
dope.
And I said, you know, honestly, she was like, can you handle it? Because that's when they had killed the Lobos character.
Right.
So there was no villain.
Right.
So she was like, do you want that? And I said, heck yeah, I'll take that because you can't duplicate an Amari.
Right.
You know? So I created that and I felt like it was best.
That was a good choice.
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
Nancy Crawford's writing it too. She says, as an artist, who would you like to collaborate with?
If I could do a song with Butterscotch, you know,
With yourself?
If I could do a song with Butterscotch, that would be great. No, I'm actually gonna put him in a couple videos.
You should do a remix.
Yo, that would be
of
dope.
You should.
What the
yourself.
Yo, that would be
It's like
dope.
Shy G and Humpty Hump. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Nah, honestly, I think Ella May is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be
I
good.
think we can make something really special together.
And your voices would sound really good
dope,
together.
yeah.
That'd be great. Amber has a music question for you also. When is his next concert, she wants to know?
We're putting the tour together now.
Okay.
So we're working out some dates. I know a couple spots are coming at us. So end of summer, fall, it'll be the tour.
Nice. One more from Tiffany, who says on YouTube as well, congratulations on your success, acting, album, and so much more. Home, continued blessings.
Wow.
People love you, man, and they are so happy to have you here.
Thank you, man.
And we're happy to have you here, man.
I gotta ask you though, because acting is obviously what we get to know you as.
Yes.
And sometimes people get that rap of not being being a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Right.
Do you feel like people have a tough time like accepting you musically, and how do you deal with that?
I think where we are now, the numbers don't lie. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
before, it was like, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, it's like they question it.
Right.
But artists that are just artists can never say they have number one on anything.
Yeah.
You know? So like that's why we took our time to really, really just perfect this project because we wanted to make the music undeniable.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you hear the song, you don't even have to know who it is as long as you downloading it and buying it. But then when you put the face to it, it's like, oh wow, like he's just a creative, and that's what I wanted to bring.
I love it.
Now go
I'm
back
happy
to the
for you.
choices you say you made. You wanted to play a villain, go that road.
Yeah.
You wanted to make your music undeniable, went
Yeah,
that road.
100%.
And now people gotta accept that.
You gotta accept it. Yeah, and I think it's changed the narrative where it's just like, oh wow, it's just a talented person. And,
Yeah.
and I think that's what we wanted to, because it's hard, man. Like when you on a legendary show, man, and you're stuck in this, it's hard to break out of that. You
Right.
know? And so, you know, I'm just fortunate to be able to do it.
Oh, Neef Moore on YouTube wants to know who is his celebrity crush.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
Political is.
It's the honest answer.
It's black coffee. Enjoy yourself. Safe space.
Who I think is dope. Oh man, I honestly, there's really not one that I feel like is like fire.
That was the political answer.
That's
No, I promise you, no.
Okay.
I really don't.
Did you used to have one?
Oh, Jennifer Lopez,
Okay.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Christina Milian.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you know, I'm chilling these days.
You're a young man. I'm sure you're out here doing your thing, dating and stuff. and some of my friends who dated actors.
All right. Okay.
Some of my friends who've dated actors,
Yeah.
like they always talk to me about how like they can't tell if they're lying or something because they might be acting. Have you ever acted to get yourself out of a situation that you might have been caught up in?
I think everybody has.
That's a
Even
great
if-
question.
I think everybody has.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
That's scarier. I would be
No,
like,
I
I
feel
can't
you.
tell right now.
No, I feel you. That's valid. That's very valid. But like, I personally feel like everybody has, and I know how to separate everything.
Two. Yeah,
That's my job. I wouldn't bring my job into my bedroom. Type
Right.
of thing.
There you go, ladies.
So talk to me. This is helpful actually because as an actor or as a musician, you're everything, right?
There you go.
Do you find time is dating and relationships something that you're able to do at all? You know, because you're so busy all the time. You talking about concert tours, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. When someone understands, yeah, it's very easy. I think it makes life easier when it's a support system.
Yeah.
It keeps you focused, you know what I mean? And if she's dope, if she has a passion or a job that allows her to travel, I'm the type that I'd rather her be there with me. And she's still doing what she needs to do.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the best way for me to process everything.
And an industry person, is that the preference because of the flexibility, or like can they just work it like?
It's tough, man. I don't base anybody by what they do. It's just who they are, man. Like I don't.
Yeah,
If you're an industry person and you understand, then that's cool. If you're not and you're flexible, then that's cool too. I think I don't. Your job doesn't define who you are to me.
So I want to know because, you know, men get this claim that,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we ghost, you know, and you
Yeah.
are a star, just like you.
Yes, sir.
You know, so, you know, ghosting
And she
might
is
be.
too.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, you are, yeah.
Stories.
You might ghost people too. I never know. But
Let's have that combo.
okay, yeah, let's talk about ghosting.
talk about
So
it.
you
Yeah.
being a celebrity,
Yeah.
a singer, and an actor.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been ghosted or have you done ghosting? In your current
In
space
my
right
current
now?
space?
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't ghosted.
You've not ghosted?
I'm
surprised.
Nah, because. no,
Why are you
seriously,
surprised?
seriously.
Because I would not be picking up nobody's phone calls.
What's the definition of ghosted?
Right.
All right, so definition.
Yeah.
You talking maybe 2 months to somebody consistently.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Red flags come up.
Okay.
Now schedule getting tight. You don't feel like dealing with it. Just
Yeah.
straight cut off.
Nah.
Never did that.
Nah, I give respect.
You've always explained yourself.
I've not always.
Okay.
You said current space.
I did current space.
Current space.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Current space, and because I don't want bad blood.
Right.
Then people get spiteful. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be
That's real.
I gotta be careful of that. So
Yeah.
everything gotta be like massaged out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you,
I was
real
gonna
quick.
say the massaging. What does that process
Ooh.
look like? Is that like every other day? Is like now we're not texting as much? Is it like a? It's like or I'm not talking to you no more because I just don't.
Did you get the
feel
green
this.
bubble at some point?
The green bubble? No, not blocked.
For me, I think I'm straightforward, man. So I'm like, look, something's different, something changed. I'm not feeling it the same way, you know, before we went, blah, 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 blah. I do the whole spiel and then kind of like, but if you still want to talk about where I'm coming from, we can. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do the, because that can get messy.
Yeah.
It can get very spiteful.
Do conversations have to change like through text and through like DMs and
Oh, for
people?
sure.
Yeah, because you can't be out here.
Yeah.
Because I would be afraid if
Yeah.
somebody was doing screenshots
Yeah.
and sending them texts. So how do you approach that? Like if somebody texts you, you know, ain't no more sending certain kind of pics.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah,
At least
yeah.
with your face in it. I'm just saying. you can't do that no more.
Too early.
You on TV? I'm just saying.
Nah, you gotta be very careful, man. Like, I say a lot of things in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, or on the phone. Even the phone though, you can say.
Gotta be
You can
careful.
record,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
You got
So-
called from a landline, yeah.
Right.
What do you do in your situation?
I think that I
Yeah,
just
Jameer,
have
what
to.
do you
Yeah,
do?
Jameer, what do you do?
Yeah, Jameer.
You know, I live in my truth. Like, you know, I just say, you know, sometimes you might, you know, just have
So you like this?
You actually
all
haven't said
like this
anything.
with the face.
I
With
just
the
don't
face
put my
in it?
face. No, I put my face in it. No. No face, no trace, you know, but you never know, you know, so you got to be wary. Just like, you know, you
It's
got
best just not to do it. Unless it's somebody who has just as much to lose.
Yes.
That
is the key.
The key.
She's a celebrity or married. Yes, you can still sit up. I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
Married?
Well, you know.
No.
Y'all ain't
The
never.
opinions of Jameer Pond, like Jameer and Jameer only, not Black
Hey,
Ball.
look.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Antoinette Compton from YouTube says, what has been your biggest milestone since your journey has begun?
Wow. Can I say two?
Yeah.
I think booking Power
Yeah.
was amazing for me because it changed my life.
Right.
And this project, Walk With Me, changed my life because it validated what I've been working so hard for so many years. And it's just like, Walk With Me is like, for me, is mastering the art of patience. That's what it's been. Because after college, you have these dreams, you're selling mixtapes as a student, you're selling this and this and this. I didn't even think about acting ever until I graduated, and now I booked my first audition.
Wow.
I was just trying to get a commercial. But then I went in, and the role happened to be for like a series regular role on a TV show called Boss. So when I did that, I was pushed into the acting world. I was always just doing music since I was 6. So now knowing that journey, having to take a break for years, having to learn how to act on the spot, like my first episode was my first acting class. So I had to learn, like, okay, it's this table, right table, like, you know, like, so it's been a journey, man. So I'd say,
Amazing.
I'd say Power and Walk With Me, the project.
Well, those are two big milestones.
Congrats on your
pretty
degree.
good.
Thank you. Yeah, no question.
Absolutely.
Was dope.
All right, y'all, it's time for something we do on the show. It is called the badass moment in blackness.
Yeah.
This is where we shout out moments that make us especially proud to be black. And today, the first honoree is Lonnie Bunch. He recently became the first black secretary of the Smithsonian. That means that he will be overseeing 19 museums and the National Zoo. Now, the reason why this is important to me is because, and we were talking about this earlier when we were talking about Nigeria, and you were talking about people not knowing their history. Part of how you know your history is through museums.
Yeah.
Part of how you know our story is by what's represented.
Right.
History is up for grabs all the time. And the way you know whether we were slaves who were brought to America or people brought to America and enslaved is by what kind of stories we tell about Africa.
Absolutely.
What we did to resist, what women did in the 50s and 60s. All of these things are part of our story. And because black folk have never been able to tell their own story, we've never had the opportunity to have our history at the forefront. And now Lonnie Bunch, who's been working at this for decades, man, one of the 100 most...
He's been working at it?
He's been working at decades. He worked at Smithsonian as associate director before. Then he was the director of the National, the African American Museum in D.C. that opened a few years ago. He did all that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know
He's
that.
like,
Wow.
it literally started with him and one staff member. They had no funding. 5 years ago, had no money. He was able to get Oprah. Everybody came together, and it was literally a for us, by us movement.
Right.
And have you been to the museum?
No,
You gotta go down to D.C. and check this out.
Kidnapping
It's gonna
now.
change your life.
It's like-
You gonna go,
Yeah.
they take you from slavery all the way to this moment and back. And
You need the whole day.
you need the whole day.
Cried twice.
You will cry.
And I went there 2 times. I cried in the exact same spot. Because you realize how much we've been through.
And how much we are. Like,
Yes.
we
Wow.
realize, like, there has never been a group of people that have come here as property. And then literally, my favorite moment was seeing, like, the presidential, like, whole thing with Barack and Michelle. Literally came here as property and held the highest state in the office. Like, there's nothing that we can't do as a people. And when you go into that place, you literally come out a better person. You're
You
like,
do.
bro, don't talk to me. I'm literally from Wakanda.
Literally.
I have vibranium,
Vibranium.
in my blood.
Yeah.
Like, you might not want to talk to me. It's like the best place ever.
And now he's not only directing that, which is a slice of the Smithsonian, he's now overseeing all the Smithsonians and the zoo. That means that because it's one thing to have like Black history be segmented over here, but to show how we're cut through all of American history, and how America's built on our backs. To be able to show that. Remember, 50, 60 years ago, folks were still saying we didn't have a history. People like Arthur Schomburg, John Henry Clark were told that they didn't have any history, and they had to go discover and create history. Now we're overseeing all of it. It's not the final thing, but it's a big part of it. And there's also a movement, speaking of Wakanda, think about Michael B. Jordan's character.
Right.
There's a slice where they're also talking about taking the artifacts back from the US, back from the UK, and putting them back in Africa where they belong, because they stole our stuff.
Right.
And now that a black person is part of this, he's actually invested in returning ancient artifacts back to Africa.
Yeah.
Right.
That's such a beautiful thing.
Man. Lonnie's a great person.
He's a one, DC.
Yes, DC.
Oh,
you know
you keep-
because I am
Anything
a
related to
DC
DC.
native. I
It
just
don't
want to
matter.
say I really love Lonnie Bunch. But also I met him when they did the Oprah exhibit. They had this beautiful, I don't know if it's still open, but they had this beautiful Oprah exhibit where it went from the moment where she was like a baby to where she is now.
Yo.
They had
I
her
gotta
first
see
check
this.
and everything. And so they had a press preview and he came in and said hello to everyone. And I was like, you really Lonnie Bunch. Like that's
Yo.
crazy.
Yeah.
And he was the nicest person
He's
ever.
so humble.
Yeah.
So humble.
So humble.
Really great dude. Like, if I really suggest you.
Oh, he
gotta
going.
go.
He
Yeah,
going.
You gotta go.
I have to.
Yeah.
He going. Next time you're in DC, when you're on tour,
Yeah.
make sure you
Yeah.
spend a day or at least
Powerful.
half a day at the museum.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah.
All y'all make sure you check it out. Sending love to Lonnie Bunch, but also Rotimi, thank you for
Yes, my brother.
We appreciate you. We gotta get his picture on the wall now.
Yes,
we need
Before
it.
that, though, make sure you cop his new EP. It's called Walk With Me. It's out right now. Also, follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. You can check us out tomorrow right here, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're here every day, Monday through Friday. But right now, you can head over to Twitter because we have something called Black Coffee to Refill. Stay right here.
Is when we
Banter. Banter.